Hi, Mr. Belsky. In this video, I will be explaining why the colors of celery leaves change when they are placed in water with food coloring in it. To answer this question, it is important to understand how water is transported through the plant and the process of transpiration. Basically, what happens is that water gets absorbed from the soil into the roots of the plant. The water from the roots then gets carried upward to the stem and leaves of the plant through xylem tubes. This means that water is found all the way through the celery plant, in the stems, the leaves, and the roots. The water in the leaves of the celery evaporates through the surface of the leaves, and this leaves a space inside the leaves where the water was. This process, along with the process of the water evaporating out of the plant, is called transpiration. That new empty space inside the leaves creates a low pressure, and like a drinking straw, this low pressure allows water below the leaf to travel up the stem. This is called transpiration pull. This is how plants transport water and nutrients from the soil up to the very highest leaves. The water molecules in the xylem tubes form continuous chains due to cohesion, extending from the leaves all the way down to the roots. Cohesion is the attraction between like molecules. Water is a very cohesive molecule, which is why it creates these long chains in the tubes. Water molecules are also very adhesive, meaning that they are also attracted to unlike molecules. This means that the water molecules are also attracted to the cell walls of the xylem tubes. Now back to the question at hand. What does transpiration have to do with why the leaves of a celery plant become colored after being placed in water with food coloring? Well, because of the process of transpiration, the colored water molecules go from the roots all the way up to the leaves of the plant, through the long chains they form due to cohesion with other molecules and adhesion with the walls of the xylem tubes. Even though gravity is acting against the water molecules that are trying to move upward, the force of transpiration pull wins out. You might be thinking, why doesn't the color in the leaves disappear after the colored water evaporates? Well, this has to do with the stoma and guard cells. See, the stoma is the structure that has to do with the gas exchange in the photosynthesis of plants. Whenever the stoma opens to lead and CO2, some of the water escapes through the stoma. But this water is replaced by the water, or colored water in this case, that comes back up through the xylem. Because the colored water is constantly being replaced, the color in the celery does not disappear. Lastly, transpiration is important to the plant to produce a cooling effect to the plant at hot conditions and to enable the transport of water and mineral salts from the soil to the leaves. Thank you for listening.